one for the superstar Shohei Ohtani. Here's the Yankees' Juan Soto. First pitch, he sends this one up the middle. It's going to get through into center field. It will score Simeon. It will score Kwan. Soto digs for second. He's in there with the double as he takes advantage of Teoscar Hernandez not getting that ball in very quickly. He goes into second base. He drives in two, and it's 3-2 now, National League. Full count pitch. Swing, and that one is into left field. It's a good one. Going to get down. Fielded by the left fielder. Profar. His throw home is not in time, and we are tied 3-3 as Soto beats it without a slide. Pinch hit RBI single for David Fry of the Guardians, and we're knotted up at 3 as he hit it into left field on one hop. This one may be out of play. He smacks one to right, and it is way out of here. Jarren Duran about 25 rows up, right center field, a 2-run home run, and now the American League is on top, 5-3, a no-doubter that traveled 413 feet. Blase is ready. 0-2, swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Blase closes it out, the American League, and Bruce Bochy win the 2024 All-Star Game by a final score of 5-3.
You got to catch 2 of your teammates tonight. What was that like for you?
Like the regular season, look at his team. Correga was amazing today. The quarter was moving a lot. They're doing a pretty good job today.
Sal, thank you very much.
Thank you, amigo.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, July 17th, 2024. Stephen St. John and Jake Gutierrez on the show today. Coming up at 6:30, we'll be joined by former Royals pitcher Mike Boddicker. We'll talk about the American League's victory in the All-Star Game last night, Bobby Witt Jr. and Home Run Derby, the Royals getting ready for the second half. Get Mike's thoughts on the Hunter Harvey trade. All kinds of good stuff with the Royals. 4 Royals seeing game action last night in the All-Star Game. All that and more with Mike Boddicker. Then we will talk to our friend Matt Derrick from ChiefsDigest.com as quarterbacks, rookies, and some select veterans, including players that are battling back from injury, reported yesterday to camp up in St. Joseph at Missouri Western State University. Matt Derrick, ChiefsDigest.com, will give us his thoughts at around 8:05.
Are you ready for some football?
Right. SEC Media Day is also taking place, and so we're going to hear some sound from Luther Burden and Brady Cook and Eli Drinkwitz as the show goes on. So we'll look forward to that as we're getting closer and closer to what should be a fantastic college football season. And then also in the 9 o'clock hour, we will chat with Royals Senior Vice President and Assistant General Manager Scott Sharp, who will talk about all those Royals topics. Can't wait to talk to him about the Hunter Harvey trade and get his thoughts on what the power-armed reliever will bring to the bullpen, and also about what they gave up in Caden Wallace and that number 39 pick to get Hunter Harvey into the Royals bullpen, and also his thoughts on what happened in the during the All-Star weekend with the Royals that were involved. So Scott Sharp will be with us at 9:05. We'll have some All-Star post-game. We've also got comments from the MVP, Patrick Mahomes. He's the MVP. He's a real MVP. I don't care whatever regular season, whatever you want to. He's the MVP for
the NFL, just in general.
In eternity.
Right.
As long as he plays, he's the MVP.
I think you can say that after winning a couple Super Bowl MVPs.
Well, would you rather have the regular season MVP or the Super Bowl MVP?
I'll take the Super
We'll ask
Bowl.
Lamar Jackson. He's collecting regular season MVPs, and he ain't sniffing the Super Bowl. So I think Patrick Mahomes he has both. He can enjoy both. And I'm going to guess that Patrick prefers the Super Bowl MVP.
That is awesome.
But when you have both, why pick? So we'll hear from Patrick Mahomes, also hear from Andy Reid as he also spoke with the media yesterday, so we got that. A lot of stuff to get to between now and 10 o'clock. So there. All-Star game, as I mentioned, goes to the American League. That was fun. It was good that all the eligible Royals participated. Jarren Duran, the young and talented outfielder for the Boston Red Sox, wins the MVP. He's the fifth Boston Red Sox to win the All-Star Game MVP. So, yeah. Ohtani had a 3-run home run, so he put on a show. Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvi both got up to the plate. Both struck out, but they both played. Both Royal pitchers had a chance to get on the mound. Sixth inning went to Cole Reagans. Seventh inning went to Seth Lugo. And they both pitched scoreless innings, so good for them. They're part of it. They get credit for holds. So a couple of holds for Royals pitchers. And that's just great for, hey, Bobby, we wanted him to do something special in the All-Star game. He might have been all tuckered out from that home run derby, but so what? He gets an at-bat in the first of what will be many, many, many All-Star game appearances. Many All-Star game appearances. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. Salvi, I'm sure, has got a few left in him. Seth Lugo, you never know, man. 34 years old, getting a chance to go to the All-Star game. Finally, getting his chance as a starting pitcher and making the most of it. And it's tough, man. There's deserving starting pitchers that didn't make it this year, so you never know. And so that was the guy that I was most concerned about, or at least I was most hopeful that he got into pitch. And not to say this would be Lugo's last chance, but you never know, okay? But I'm glad Lugo got in there. And Cole Reagans, as long as he stays healthy, I would imagine he's going to have a couple of more cracks at making the All-Star game. But we don't have to complain about any Royals not getting into the game. They all got into the game. They all played. They're all part of the win. And the American League beats the National League 5-3. So it was a good night out at the All-Star game. Did you enjoy the All-Star game, Jake?
I can't remember the last time that I watched the entire. I mean, probably since it was
last night,
2012.
Right?
Well, last night.
Yeah.
Before last night, I always check it out.
You didn't watch it when all the Royals were going and 15
I guess,
and 16.
Yeah, 15,
you didn't watch it when Haas was the
15,
MVP.
Probably 15,
16
yeah.
when Haas was the MVP.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I just remember sitting down. It'd been a while. Put it that way. It'd been a while since I'd sat and watched the entire. Yeah, 16 was probably the last time. But it
had been 37 years for
37? That's a long time.
Nope.
It's a long time. No, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Wish I would have seen Skeens for 2 innings, but whatever. That Skeens-Judge matchup didn't last very long. 1 pitch. But
watch Skeens in the second half pitch for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I will. I usually get texts from Buster Olney saying Skeens Day.
Right.
So no, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it went by pretty quick. There was one replay that went the American League's favor is when Lugo was pitching. So that was. I mean, I enjoyed it. It looked like a party down there. I do wish that. I wish that it was actually meaningful. I wish the home field advantage for a World Series still is on the line. But look, this is way better than it was said earlier in the week. I think you said it that it's better than any other, the Pro Bowl, the NBA All-Star Game. It's by far the best.
Well, the Pro Bowl it's
not even in competition,
right? Not even a thing anymore.
Right.
I like all the festivities around the NBA All-Star Game, but then the game itself, just it ain't that.
No, it's a clown.
Although
fest.
I mean, it's better than the Pro Bowl.
Sure.
But I mean, this is the best.
Yeah, it is. It is.
This is the best All-Star game.
You get to see some fun matchups, guys displaying their all-world talent, so it's fun. I enjoyed it.
And honestly, I like the amount of young, fresh, new talent that Major League Baseball had a chance to showcase last night. They need to do a better job of promoting their young stars, but they're there.
Right.
And you just talked about a couple of them. Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
That he's a stud. That's a guy that, and again, you fight the idea that he's in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's not good, right? I mean, I don't, and maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Maybe they're 500. They're okay. And now with Paul Skeens, leading their staff, maybe they're
fighting for a wild card.
Well, everyone is in the National League. They're a game and a half out.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll get a chance. I'd love to see him pitch in the postseason.
I enjoy the young guys embracing the mustache, the standalone mustache.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. Paul Skeens, one of them.
No, but that's one of the things that stood out to me. And also this is, again, where my ridiculous hours and hours of rotisserie baseball over the years, where I draft guys that were in A-ball,
minor league players,
and Double-A. And this is my first year out of the game, which is somewhat depressing, but also a major relief, a major burden off my family.
You got a little more free time. Yeah.
But just looking at some of the names that I've been, monitoring over the last couple of years in the minors, and now coming up and turning into stars and right in front of our eyes. Bobby Witt Jr., one of our guys right there at the top. Cole Reagans is a young star of the game. Gunnar Henderson. Jaron Duran, who won the MVP last night. He's a stud. I love watching him. Adley Rutschman. Jordan Westberg. Up and down these lineups, so much young, impressive talent that I think bodes well for Major League Baseball in the upcoming years, to watch these guys turn into superstars and get the torch passed to them from some of the guys that are maybe on the downside of their careers.
Oh, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. is only 25. A lot of young talent. It's fun to watch. Now let's hope Major League Baseball doesn't screw it up.
Well, now we get to focus. We get through this. We get all through the festivities of Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game. Now we get to lock in to the Royals and what are they going to do between it? Are they going to do anything? I don't want to say what are they going to do. They've done something. They went out and they made a bold move and traded for Hunter Harvey. Now, what else are they going to do? Is that it? MJ Melendez goes on the IL. That's not nothing, Jake.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't.
Well, I'm just saying it's not nothing.
It's a guy who plays almost every day. So it's something that
that's quite a description. That's a guy that
he plays every day. So he's a regular in the lineup. They're gonna have to replace him for.
It's a true statement,
right? He's. Look,
here's a guy
that plays a lot.
Right.
How does he play?
What a tremendous compliment you've just given him.
Hey.
You want to? Well,
expand on that.
Listen to me. He, over the last 3 weeks, his OPS is 792. Last couple of weeks, it was 783, hovering right around 800 or so. That's serviceable. That you'll take that if you can do that. But again, he's been struggling
mightily early.
Right, he's been much better.
Yeah.
But the problem is he goes on the IL with that sprained left ankle that he suffered during Sunday's game against the Red Sox.
Stretching out an infield hit.
And so we'll see how long he's out as the Royals dip into their depth.
Yeah, I mean, it might force their hand to do something sooner than they would have. So, I mean, that could be a positive, I guess. You know?
I mean, it would have to be quite serious for them to force him into a trade. I mean, is he only going to be? I mean, I wouldn't make a deal just because he was out 10 days. If they weren't going to make a deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if he's going to be out like a month or something, if he has a torn ligament in his ankle or something worse than what we think it is, then that might force me to make a deal. But if you were already going to make a deal, I mean, I don't know. What's your gut tell you? They make another noteworthy deal, or Hunter Harvey? That was the big one. And
no, I think they're still going to do something. I don't know if it'll be a major deal, but I think they'll add another piece to this.
They'll add what?
Another
pitcher or hitter?
No, hitter. I think they're pretty good. I think they feel good about where they are pitching wise. I think
Do they?
I'm sure they might look. I mean, if they're open, I think they're open to a couple more moves. But I think now that they, acquired Hunter Harvey, they've shored up a bullpen a little bit. They've at least, with the addition of Bubic in the last couple weeks and Hunter Harvey, they've added depth to that bullpen. Quality depth too. I mean, as we've seen, Bubic has looked great since he's been back. Will he continue? We hope. But Harvey is a proven guy. If he can stay healthy, I think that's something that you talked a lot about yesterday. That could be a concern, but I think that moves their eyes towards improving the lineup, especially the bottom of this lineup.
The MLB trade deadline is July 30th. July 30th. So they just have a little under 2 weeks to decide what they're going to do, if there's any other moves to be made. I'm with you. My gut tells me that they're going to make another deal. Might be for another reliever, but I think we all be interested in another bat of some kind. And now, to be honest with you, and again, I know it's somewhat dangerous to focus on on who you're playing, because the Royals have done pretty well against good teams, and over the past month or so, they've kind of let down against some teams they should have beat.
A's and Rockies.
They shouldn't have lost 2 out of 3 to the Rockies. They shouldn't have lost 2 out of 3 to the A's.
Right.
But this is, how many times have I said this over the past month? This is a big stretch coming up, because coming out of the All-Star break, they get 9 games at home. They're a really good home team. They've struggled at times on the road. I'm just, even though they have that sweep over the Cardinals in the doubleheader, they lost 2 out of 3 in Oakland. They lost 2 out of 3 in Colorado. They lost 2 out of 3 in Boston. And so, and look, you look at their record. They're not terrible away from home, but they're 21-27. What's their record at home, buddy? 31-18. They got it rolling at home. And you look at that schedule, time to take advantage. Right out of the gate, 3 against the miserable Chicago White Sox in Kauffman Stadium. Put it on them. They're done. They're deciding who they're going to trade.
And then tell Tommy Pham to stay.
Okay, that's fine.
Just switch
There's a couple players I'd like to tell just stay. Just walk across the diamond and go into this dugout. All right? Now, you see Tommy Pham walking across the diamond towards your dugout. Make sure he ain't slapping nobody. Make sure he wasn't in a fantasy football league with anyone. Now, if you've traded for him, then he's, come on over, Tommy Pham. If you haven't traded for him, then watch your ass, because he might be coming over there to fight you. You want him fighting for you, not against you. But all kidding aside, take care of business. You got the White Sox coming in here. All right? Bare minimum, you win 2 out of 3. Okay, we're in the second half now. There's no more, well, it's early. It ain't early no more. Okay? We're past the halfway point of July, past the All-Star game. No more, well, no. White Sox coming to Kansas City, the bare minimum 2 out of 3, or, sweep their ass. They're done. Then you get the Diamondbacks for 3, then a day off, and then the Cubs for 3. And by the way, Jake, that Friday night against the Cubs, even though the bobblehead looks nothing like him, Patrick Mahomes' bobblehead. So.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
You want that?
Yeah, absolutely I do.
Or you already...
It's going to be a hot one.
No, well, really?
Yeah.
Your sources tell you that people are going to want that one?
Yeah, it's. I think that's a couple-hour wait. To
But
get
have you been putting out feelers? Have you tried to make some things happen?
Yeah, talked to a couple people.
What do they say? Nope.
Everybody's like, "Oh, we'll work on that."
So you get done with those 9 games, and then guess where you go, Jake? To Chicago to play the White Sox again. Take advantage. The White Sox are your friend. The White Sox suck. Okay, did you see they changed their name? The Chicago White Sox. Okay, because that's what they do. Sorry, right? And so we've talked to the Central's better than we thought. The Twins and the Guardians and the Royals, and even the Tigers showing some life. You know who's not better than we thought? The White Sox.
You suck.
So take advantage. Take great pride in having them in your division to beat up on.
You suck.
And do it. Do it. And then all this going on while training camp started yesterday, quarterbacks, rookies, select veterans have reported, and then things will be in full swing by next week when I'll be up there in St. Joe at Stony Creek Hotel and Conference Center. Big 12 Media Days are done. SEC Media Days. Missouri's Day was yesterday.
Are you ready for some football?
So do you hear that? You got college football knocking at your door. If you can't, and the Chiefs are ready to defend their championships, ready to go for a three-peat. If you can't get up for this, if you can't get excited about this, if you're a sports fan, and I know we all kind of separate a little bit then, because we're all together on the Royals, we're all together on the Chiefs, but then we kind of separate to our cliques for K-State, KU, and Mizzou, but nobody has to sit in the corner like Baby. Nobody puts Baby in the corner for college football, because all of the local Power 5 schools that we follow, is it Power 5 anymore? Yeah.
Power 3?
Power something.
Well, they're on the Power 3.
You know what? All of the big-time local schools that we cover all have what we think are tremendous seasons ahead of them.
Legitimate shots at college football playoffs. Legitimate shots, right?
Sure.
They all. I mean, all 3 schools are a legitimate shot of winning their conference and getting
legitimate shots of being top 25 schools.
There you go.
Battling for a playoff spot.
I think that's legit.
Now that could all fall apart quickly, but still.
No, going into the season,
you go in
day
there
one,
with high expectations. You go into the college football season with high expectations. You go into the second half of the baseball season with high expectations because the Royals already told you that they have high expectations. They're not waving a white flag. They're not selling, and they're not standing pat. They're buying, and they already made a bold move in trading for Hunter Harvey. So they have already told you they expect to make a run at a playoff spot. So you have the high expectations. And then you have the highest expectations possible. The highest expectations that you could have for a team because we're expecting the Chiefs to go out there and, I just almost dropped that phone.
I saw the
freaking three-peat. And let me tell you, I'm going to say this again.
Say it again.
For the millionth time. Don't take this for granted.
Don't do it.
Because we fully expect, like, even if the Chiefs don't win it this year, we fully expect Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid to compete for more Super Bowl championships down the road.
How are you doing?
But we don't know because it's so hard. It's harder than they've made it appear. It's so hard to get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl in the NFL. It's just been they've made it look easy,
dude.
But you never know if we're ever gonna be in a spot where we're saying they're going for a three-peat this year.
You need a bench receiver. That discussion is
just doesn't happen.
Look at Deebo Samuel and Kittle.
Yeah, that's
like
fine.
they've been there twice, and they've been that close,
right.
and that's a discussion that they have. It's like Deebo is like, I got there my rookie season, and I just thought, okay, this is how it's going to be, and now he's been there a second time and got beat by the Chiefs again last season, and he's like, man, this is like, I don't know if I'm ever going to win one.
Just think about this. So you never know. Because they could win, not win it this year, then win it the following year, then not win it, then whatever. You know what I mean? You never know if we're ever going to be in the spot where we're sitting here saying the Chiefs could three-peat this year.
It's never happened before.
The Chiefs are the favorites, and they could three-peat this year.
Never happened before.
And so the players don't address it. The players aren't going to talk about it. But you're not playing on the team. I'm not playing on the team. Jake's not playing on the team
yet,
so that will not distract us, and we can and will talk about it because I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to love it because I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to go through this process again.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But they're doing it now. They've won back-to-back now.
Yes.
They've started training camp in defense of their titles in search of a three-peat now, and we are all here for it. So, man, we got so many things to be excited about right now. And also, I'll sprinkle this in, too. And I don't know how many people get fired up for this, but I do. The Olympics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Patrick Mahomes said he took a TV to his dorm room for the first time in training camp. For the first time. Why? For the return of NCAA college football so we could play that video game and so we could watch the Olympics.
This is my first year I'm bringing a TV. So I haven't brought a TV ever before, but NCAA came out and I'm going to have to turn it on. So
right.
I brought a TV for NCAA and the Olympics. So that's my first year of doing that.
That's exactly right. That's right. What a great time to be a sports fan right now. Especially in Kansas City. But you already knew that. We'll take a break. Back after this on New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHP. Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. We have Mike Boddicker in studio now. What's up, Mike? How are you?
I'm wonderful.
What did you think of the All-Star game?
Oh, it's boring. No, I mean, the thing is, I noticed that it was like Major League Baseball was showcasing all these pitchers from teams who will be selling, White Sox, A's. I mean, the whole first four innings, it was like, okay. It was like, are they just showing all of baseball? This is what's available out there if you want to make a trade.
Oh, come on. It wasn't boring to watch two Royals pitchers go out there and get holds.
No, that was nice.
See Bobby Witt Jr. out there, Salvi. Bobby.
I tell you what, Bobby made a nice play.
Yeah, he had a great play in the hole.
Yeah, he made a nice play. Other than that,
fun
it
to
was
watch.
like, maybe it was the uniforms. I hate
Oh,
those
God,
uniforms.
they were awful.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, are they
were
awful? Just put our own uniforms on each player. That's all
Yeah.
you have to do.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
know-
Jesus, Nate's not here. Can I not go through this?
They were bad, though. I'll admit.
Weren't
They
they-
were-
That's fine, but I mean, like, is this like?
Oh, that's all.
I just feel like we're looking for something to bitch about. Like,
Well,
I don't like the
okay,
uniforms.
I don't even say, like, you don't even have to put their, just make them not suck. I mean, just
Nah.
make them not suck.
Nah, that maybe it'd be better if for me if they had their own uniforms on.
I mean,
How about
39,
four Royals were in it and they all played and the American League won?
Oh yeah,
That's
that was
pretty
good.
and
That was fine.
39 first-time All-Stars.
Yeah, it's still the best All-Star game of all the sports, but
That's what I took away from it. It was a showcase for all this great young talent that baseball has.
no, they do. There's a lot of young talent out there. Yeah, very much so.
Okay, I'm afraid to even ask this question now.
You should be.
Did you have fun watching Home Run Derby?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah,
I was gonna say, if I talk to somebody that's a Royals fan or from Kansas City that did not enjoy Home Run Derby, I'm going to lose my effing mind.
That was
all right. Okay.
That was pretty cool watching Bobby at the end.
That was fantastic.
I mean, yeah, he missed it by a foot of tying that thing
I cut
up.
my hand. I was so pissed off.
Well,
It won't. The day later, it won't stop bleeding. I don't know what's going on. Phil dressed my wound last night.
that was close.
I was so wrapped up in that.
He
thing.
hit that, and I'm going, why did you hit to the deepest damn part of the
I
field?
still
I'm
don't
going,
know
that
what I
might not
did.
make it.
When it was going, and Phil was standing next to me, and I was sitting in my chair, and he hit it. I grabbed his legs. I thought he's going to tie it, and when it hit off the wall, I slammed my hand down on my desk, and I don't know what I don't know what I still don't know.
That could have
don't
been.
know what
It could have been the multiple knives you had sitting
Who
on your
knows
desk.
what
Yeah.
happened? Might have been one. Gashed myself with my own fingernail or something. I don't know. And all of a sudden, oh, Dad, you're bleeding. I said, Bobby Witt Jr. didn't hit that home run. That's fine. I'll bleed for a little bit.
He swung at a couple pitches there at the end where if he'd have just been a little hair more patient, I think he'd have got it. But
I know people were up.
that was still great.
People debated
to
the
be
format.
honest with you,
I love the format.
I like the format. I had nothing to say bad against the format. There was, it would really be nice to have Aaron Judge in there, and Shohei Ohtani, and a few of the other really
Soto.
big bombers. But
Well, those guys got to want to do it.
yeah, you have to want to do it. They have to make it enticing for them. I don't think
It'd have been nice.
everybody says,
yeah.
hey, if you give them X amount of money, they don't need the money. They don't
Yeah,
care.
they're playing for $1 million.
No, they don't care.
It'd have been nice if LeBron James would have been in the slam dunk contest for the past 2 decades. But guess what? He didn't want to do it.
He
either.
didn't want to do it
So
either.
what?
Yeah.
Move on.
And
let's go with guys they won. I don't mind them showcasing like Gunnar Henderson, even though he didn't do well. Bobby Witt Jr.
Teoscar wanted to be in there forever. I mean, it's like
My argument against what you say is, I see enough of Aaron Judge. I know who he is. SportsCenter treats the Yankees like a home team, so I see him all the time.
I understand that.
Show
but
me these new guys. Give me,
I just would like to see, because it's effortless for him. He barely has to swing. I'd like to see how many he actually get hits. Like that year Hamilton went off at Yankee Stadium. It was like it was effortless, and I'm going, whoa! Can you keep doing that? Yeah, with that easy swing, you can. Yeah. I mean, Bobby had to come back a couple different times. He got hot late and did some damage. So
he looked like a kid out there having a blast.
Oh yeah,
that's what he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. That was, I've always liked the home run hitting contest better than the All-Star game itself. So I think it's.
That was
so much fun.
That was more fun and more exciting just because of what it was. Now, if Bobby Wood Jr. would have Henderson, I would not have liked it as much.
But we've seen that before. It's happened with Royal players, but it's still it's kind of fun. It's enjoyable to see these guys. I mean,
it was super exciting.
Yeah, and when a guy gets hot, he'll have like 8 swings in a row. It's like, oh man, he's locked in. It's every swing he's driving the ball in the ballpark. That's kind of.
And the other reason why the All-Star game I think was good is because like how many times have we had, the one guy Royals
didn't get a play,
and maybe he was deserving, maybe he wasn't. Usually with a Salvi, he's deserving, but then that's it.
Mark Redmond.
But then you've got like multiple
Ken Harvey
Royals players that all deserve.
They all deserve to be on there.
Should be there.
Yeah.
And that you want to see play, and that you're excited to hear what they have to say about him. And like with Bobby Wood Jr., it's not just what he does at the plate. What's he going to do in the field? All these different things.
Yeah.
When Cole Reagans and Seth Lugo come in, you don't have to hide your eyes.
No.
Those guys.
Yeah,
deserve
you're
to
going.
Be there.
You're just trying to hold your breath so they hopefully don't give up 3 or more.
I mean, all of it.
We've had that.
All of it.
We have.
It was tremendous.
Every one of the Royals that were in the All-Star game deserved to be in the All-Star game. And it was fun to see them out there getting to play. I think Bochy did a nice job with getting guys in, and it was fun. Well-deserved win. Didn't mean anything. I kind of agree with Jake that it'd be nice if it meant something, like the home field advantage or something like that. I don't know. It's still an all-star game. It's all about show and at least with baseball, guys are actually trying. You don't see guys busting their tail to get to first base for trying to sneak out a hit or anything like that. But it's not like the NBA where guys step aside and let guys dunk and don't play any defense or flag football. I mean, come on. And it's just not. Baseball's still the All-Star game. It was pretty cool.
So
except for the uniforms, Stephen.
What
I hated them.
What do you want? What do you want?
What do I want?
You want them to wear their regular
their
uniforms?
regular uniforms, regular tops. And the thing is, if you do that, guys can give uniforms away to other players and stuff like that. That's what they used to do. Hey,
jersey swap.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
cool.
just so weird to me. Like people like Nate and Curtis can let uniforms like ruin a game for them, or they get so hyper focused about this. And I watch it like that's no. I don't care.
It doesn't ruin a game for me. I don't like what they did, but
just, Nate would get mad when the Chiefs would wear their all red uniforms. I'm like,
it's still the Chiefs.
I get over it pretty
fun.
quick.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
like fans are having fun, the players are having fun. Like what's?
It was funny because I usually don't. I don't
problem?
say anything when I'm watching the game, and my wife came in last night and goes, "What is that? The All-Star game?" I went, "Yeah." She goes, "What's the deal with those uniforms? They're hideous." I'm going, "Yeah, I agree with you."
Yeah, they should. I think everyone would like it better if they wore it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look out there, hey, there's a Royal right there. There's a Royal right there. You can see the uniforms.
It's way better. I mean,
way better.
You watch the old All-Star games.
Oh man,
so
it was
much cooler.
so cool.
So much cooler.
So cool. And that's back. I'm talking 60s and 70s. Watching
Well,
those
I mean,
guys.
it's like you can't even tell where half the guys are what team they're from.
Yeah, you're trying to find that. When a lot of these guys, I don't even know. You're looking for a patch on their shoulder to let you know. Okay. Oh wait. He's with Oakland or he's with the Mets.
Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
It's like
you can't hardly notice that. It's terrible.
Yeah. I mean that's
the
me,
thing. I want to know what team they're
right.
from, and you have to search. If you don't know these kids, you have to search on their left shoulder to find out what team they belong to.
I mean, that was my biggest problem last night. You see a guy like, oh, who's that, and what team's he from, and
I don't know. It doesn't.
I guess that would be a problem if you don't follow the other teams.
Other teams,
I don't know baseball as well as you do, Steven, or I know.
I don't follow.
Like if I know if someone says a play, I know what team they play for, but I get it. Not everyone's as goofy as I am about it.
Well, you were dive headlong into the stuff.
I
don't even do that. I know a lot.
Right, I get it.
I don't follow Pittsburgh or I don't follow Oakland or even though we play.
No, I don't follow teams. I follow players. I follow prospects. And so like like Buster is kind of like me. Like we've been geeking out over Paul Skeen since he got drafted. I can't wait till he gets called up. Can't wait till he gets called up, and then he gets called up, and people. I haven't had a guy that emailed me, why you guys keep talking about this pitcher that's going to pitch for Pittsburgh? I said, well, get back to me after he starts pitching and tell me if you have that question again.
Yeah,
he never did, but I'm going to imagine that he understands why.
Guys
we
like
talking about Paul Skeens,
guys like him. Yeah, I've heard people talking about
a bunch like you. I mean, you paid more attention to Baltimore than I think most people do because you used to play there. But look how many great young players they have.
Yeah, they have.
It's wild.
A whole team of them. It's just,
right?
Yeah. It's just a matter of, and they're kind of like we are. It's all about can the pitching stay healthy, and they haven't in Baltimore, and they're still on top. That's the thing. They can dip down into the minor league system and grab somebody, and never skip a beat. And that's where we need to get to because, even when Waka went on the IL, it was like, oh gosh, no, we can't afford to lose anybody because we're not that deep to go get somebody.
It feels like they're headed in the right direction, though, getting to that.
Oh,
point.
I agree. I agree with that.
I think we feel good about that, right?
And we're way over half the games. It's not like All-Star game was right in the middle. I mean, what do we got, a third of the season left?
Almost 100 games played. I mean,
yeah.
I think they're at 97, 98 games.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got to make sure we're ready to go. That's why the trade that you were talking about with
no, we're going to get to that.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a great thing.
Yeah,
we need to make some moves if we're going to get there.
52 and 45. So there's 97 games in.
Yeah.
There we go. Early on, we get some math from Jake Gutierrez. So on that note,
that's that good Aquinas.
That's right.
On that note, we'll break.
Coach Halling.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing a live report from Chiefs camp on SportsCenter right now.
Let me see if I can find it.
That's been going on for a while. But there it is. There's the point. The way I just bitched about the Yankees and Aaron Judge, there's
people are bitching about this.
Yeah,
we hate the Chiefs. We hate the Chiefs. It's about time somebody else wins.
Well, no.
Really? Then get better.
It's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
You think it is? It's not.
No,
I'll tell you it's
no.
not.
As long as I got Mahomes, I keep telling everybody, do never ever bet against Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not going to.
No, I'd never.
Jake, you want to? You want to do that? Can you imagine finding yourself betting against Patrick Mahomes?
No.
Oh, he would if the over and under was.
You give me the right number.
12 touchdowns.
You give me the right number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know if there. I'm not doing that. I'll never do it.
No, I'd never bet against. No,
Patrick
ever.
Yeah, I won't say never ever because you give me the right number.
No.
There's never a number I don't like. You find one for me, I'll bet against them.
Like.
I'll bet against them.
You know what? Then there's a good chance you'll lose.
Well,
Patrick Mahomes will make you pay for it.
I'd say he throws under 55 touchdowns next year.
You know what? And you might do that. I'm not doing it.
I'd never bet that.
I'm not doing it.
I wouldn't bet that.
It sounds ridiculous.
No,
I
know.
No.
I wouldn't do it.
Because I'm not going to sit. I'm not.
I've seen what the guy can do. I'm not,
in a situation where I'm rooting against him for the season.
I wouldn't root against that. I'd be happy to lose that bet. No. I mean, you win both ways, right? If he doesn't do it, you win. And if he does it, hey, go Chiefs.
I don't need that dirty money. I don't need that blood money. We'll take a break back after this.
I'll take it all.
On WHB.